Hello, so we're gonna do the Ferris wheel laser cutting 3D wooden puzzle for today's activity. This looks kind of challenging. I'm a little bit nervous about this, but comes with the box, obviously. And then it comes with all your pieces wrapped in this plastic wrap, so I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap them, and then we're gonna get into building it. Okay, so once unboxing it, it comes with all the wooden pieces and they are labeled, which is really helpful because if you look at the instruction guide, they're all labeled based on their name. So they're like a letter and then a number, so you could see that. And then we have another one. It's going to be a standing up moving Ferris wheel from what I gathered, which is exciting. And then we have all our little pieces that we're going to need to connect everything together. And then I think these are going to be our bases. And then a piece of sandpaper. If something like doesn't fit, if you guys did the race car one, you know that like some of the pieces were a little difficult to fit in there, so this is what the sandpaper is for in case like you need to shave one of the edges off a little bit. So I'm going to try and start the first part. Okay, so the first step, we're going to take out the piece which is A3, and then we're going to do the A11 pieces, which should look like this, and add them into these little like divots. I don't know if that's a good like representation. So I'm going to do it like this just because I find it easiest. So we're going to stick all those in, and then after you stick it in each one, I'm going to do this one for example. So I stuck it in here, then you're going to go around the other side and use the piece A12 to, it's like a little circle, to secure it in there. So you're just going to push it in, and then we're going to do that all the way around, and then I'll come back. Okay, so for the next section, I have completed my first part. For the next section, you're going to need the other part of this, which is called B3 if you're looking at the instructions, and then you're going to need 4 more of the A12s, which are these little things, and we're just going to put it on top and then secure on the outside with the A12. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so after I did this step, I have combined them both so then they look like this. I have the little circular pieces on either side just to secure so that nothing falls out. And then I'm going to move on to the next step, which you're going to need a B5, B9, or 2 B9s and a B5, and then we're going to add in the middle part right here. So I'm going to go get those pieces. Okay, so this part was pretty easy, but all you really do is just put those 3 pieces together. It shows you really clearly on the diagram, and then you put it through the center hole, and this is probably going to be what our Ferris wheel spins on. That helps it spin, so that's awesome. So the next step is going to be us putting together the stand, which will be fun. So I'm going to go get out my pieces, but you will need a 8, a 10, a 2, a 9, a 1, and then B1, B7, B2, B8, and B6. And again, if you're confused, you can definitely follow the instructions, because that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so as you can see, mine has come along quite a bit. It's kind of tedious, so I didn't do it on camera, but I basically just followed the exact step, and it really helped me out. I would recommend like also being careful that you don't get splinters, because if you like try to take out these pieces a little too fast, you can get a splinter, so definitely like use the sandpaper. But I basically just connected, I did it both at the same time, both these sides. Like I took one piece, then another piece, and then I built it up in order so that it didn't tip. So I would recommend doing that. And then I just built what we're about to do, which is one of these little carts that goes in to like house your people in your Ferris wheel. So you're gonna need one of the, what are these called? C1 pieces. Let me move this. A C1 piece, which looks like this. And then you're going to need, I believe, 2 C2 pieces, which are these, and then 1 C3. So the C3, see, this is like what I mean is it can kind of like get scraped, but so then you're going to put that in the bottom like that, and then you're going to put 2 of the C2 pieces in the sides. So there's going to be like this. We're kind of just like building our little cart for our people. I think it will be honestly easier if you have smaller hands than I do. It's kind of tedious for me because it's meant for, they're like very small pieces. Oh, no. So I'm struggling, but basically you just, well, I did one already, but I will put another one of these pieces on the other side, and then you take a B4, which is like this little post, and stick it through the top, and then you're just going to add another one of these pieces and then wedge it in to the Ferris wheel like this so that it looks like a little cart for people. Okay, so for the next step, we're going to be building our platform. So you're going to need D1, D2, and D3, and then you're going to line them up like this. Make sure that the side that has one hole on the, like on this side on D2 is on the same side as the D3 piece that has 2 holes at the top. So we're going to line these up, and then we are going to take our Ferris wheel and just place it in. Be gentle because you don't want to like affect what we just built. You don't want the Ferris wheel to come tumbling down, but you're going to put it in, and then you'll have a little platform. Now we're going to decorate our platform, which is exciting. Okay, so for the final step, we have our platform in. Now we can decorate it. I'm going to just put this little light in, which I'm going to put right on the edge. You put it on the end because the other pieces are going to be used for the bench. So you stick it in. We have our light, and then you can make a bench just using these 4 pieces. One of mine broke, so I can't make it, but basically that is the Ferris wheel. It does take a while, so definitely be prepared to sit down. It's a great activity to do like on a rainy day or watching a show or like to de-stress. It's very nice, so I would totally recommend it, and best of luck building your Ferris wheels.